Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today na Thursday, number 14 day for this month of March 2024. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, sense past king, Mr. No Connie. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we waka for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Our good people at home and abroad, our IDPs, refugees, and those incarcerated, I bring una all revolutionary greetings. Yesterday, we done lost a very good soldier for Bamising, Commander Jack, where they work for General Saigon. I want for just honor you and salute you because this one are the real fighter, the way they done the whole this our struggle for inside Bamising. The things the way surrounding death, nobody be clear, but a very honorable soldier. I just want for just recognize you and make it begin to know say all Ambazonia then stand for them. We will do all things possible. Me it dead, no go for in vain, and make all the genuine fight that way they fight for our country, including the one the way they don't be misled. Me somehow, me God give us victory, and me their sacrifices and way they don't stay for bush for 8 years now, make it bear fruit. Today we get very two important issue them for talk for this podcast. And I want to acknowledge for una say we'll never be very over engaged as we'll always be engaged because we'll be totally busy with more important endeavors and obligation than for this struggle. The first thing we will bring them for Ambazonia their attention, where I could go in depth with them. Now a letter where they don't send them for Nigeria, their House of Representatives them. Say me then compel the Cameroon government for free the NERA 10. That means Seseko Ayoktabi with all a cabinet member where La Republic will kidnap them from Nigeria. The letter it be submitted for the Nigerian House of Representatives. It be signed by some very famous lawyer them, both from Ambazonia and Nigeria. You get Professor Carson Anyangwe, he signed for the paper. Professor Chidi Odinkalo, he signed for the paper. Barrister Fru Joseph Awa also signed for the Barrister Abdul Oro also signed for the, and then Mbinka Ernestine Singer. Now the people that now didn't sign for appeal for Nigeria, their legislature, say me then try to intervene for talk say make Cameroon release the NERA 10 and bring them back for Nigeria. The letter will be based on the United Nations Rights Working Group on arbitrary detention, where for 2022 they be found the arrest and detention of the NERA 10 to be arbitrary and illegal, and ask both countries to unconditionally free the victims and pay them reparation. So this one is a very good campaign for Ambazonia and other groups and for engage the international community for show the war. Say the arrest of Seseko Ayoktabi and the NERA 10 it be illegal, and it need for highlight the problem where people that face them for inside La Republic, and we could continue for push for the release of all our political prisoners. This is the right thing to do. The other thing where he also appear for the letter where they push him, now the issue where they talk about the Bakassi peninsula. And I go on for go inside this one very deeply. This one are the inconvenient things and we wanna know say what job for the platform, now for bring una the truth and for put the public interest first. And at this stage I must do this one. Part of that letter, he quote the Green Tree Agreement. He talks say the part for the Green Tree Agreement where he talks say mean both La Republic and Nigeria then go back for their borders for independence. Say Cameroon he fraudulently misrepresent itself for the Bakassi Peninsula. Say that court judgment he talk now say me then hand Bakassi back for Ambazonia. The reason why I want to bring this thing for our people them now for two things will be important. One, I say for the past 1 year since we come off for Canada, I don't talk say when I go to repeat Canada, some people they need to understand Canadian talks now the most important talk for our history. But the problem for Ambazonia, I say, when people are not be involved in anything, they will try for run and down. That is the only time our territory have represented itself as our territory with delegates representing the interests of our territory, and Cameroon sitting aside as representing the central government of Cameroon. The only time that meeting happened was in Fumban, with our flags in front of the international community. So it is very important what happened, like it or not. What happened is that we had lost the interest of the international community. I will be very honest with our people for two things. It is part of the process to help our people to attain justice, because the international community will require that this moderation becomes part of the public discourse. Otherwise, nothing will work. The first thing we our people they need to understand, now say, we don't take a certain position then for our struggle ideologically, where it be not in conformity with international law. This, the international community that express them with we. But we, because we not get any space for debate, we not get any space for think on our own, would allow this struggle to be dominated by things that does not help us. The idea, we then talk for year, say the Green Tree Agreement for where Cameroon sued Nigeria for court, it talks to me the hand that Bakassi na for Ambazonia, no for La Republic, me oman go back for a border, as it be for independent, it may say that border Cameroon be misrepresent itself. I want me to understand two things. This war will fight them for independence, no be joke. The international community, they don't tell we straight after the Canadian talk, say we and Cameroon must find solution. That means our representative or people ready to champion this war and the Cameroon government, now we too go she don't find common ground. And this common ground, they no go entertain independence again. That one then be transmitted for we clearly. Ambazonian so-called elites, they know. When I hear from my conversation with all the elites, all man know it's really happen. The only thing where it happen, I say no man no care about the population. I go play Ambassador Van Damme, we na ambassador for the European Union. Some accept them for a talk, make una remind una self where did it actually go on. Because if you no get brain for know where did it happen, you go to be confused and people they go to take advantage of our struggle. When I listen
to the challenges of the Northwest Southwest, and that's something the Cameroonian people have to sort out. We are not well placed to do that on behalf of the people. You don't have a mandate for that.
So it talks say now the Cameroonians they need to find a solution. The European Union, the international community, in no go find any solution for this problem.
To the government and the separatists to try to find common ground and come together. We can of course encourage everybody to sit around the table, because that's the only solution in the end. You have to sit down around the table at a certain moment and come to a final conclusion, having in mind, the interests of the people who were suffering. I mean, I'm struck, honestly speaking, when I travel, and I haven't unfortunately been able to travel too much, but I have traveled to Bamising, I have traveled to Buya. I have met a lot of people, including IDPs. People are suffering and people are fed up.
So, say the Cameroon government and the separatists must find a common ground, because the ground we wouldn't put them, the ground for independence, it not be supported, we must find a common ground. For 1 year, I don't raise this alarm, because that one not just technical knockout will be get them for diplomacy. And no need for begin stress the problem the people the way then cause that will lose that international support, because without international support, whatever we are doing is just useless. So another campaign say make we get a common ground with La Republic. We don't put out a document. The document already be in circulation with the various Ambazonian organizations. Them. The solution we don't put them for devolution. It be based on specific program we will need for tell una, because our people then go destroy ourselves. Number first thing, now for de-escalate the propaganda, we need to tell our people the truth. And that truth, it go put we in a position for gain the credibility, for be able to take advantage of the international community's willingness to assist this process. But we, they always undermine them. And I just wish I for fit tell our people then wait till it happened at the back scene. It just be impossible. But this is what you people should know. There are certain lies that we have put out to our population that some of our people have tend to believe it because we have repeated them. There is a time for war. We do war propaganda. And sometimes we put out things out of anger. But we must know the truth because it helps our people to be in a position where we can find solution. The first thing is that if you go back, you read Ban Ki-moon, the document he signed, I think is 14th of August 2008, where he talks about the Green Treaty, the court case that Cameroon won against Nigeria for Bakassi. That court case handed Bakassi to the Cameroon government that we know today, under the auspices of Kofi Annan. You can go to the Department of Public Information and News and Media and you read Ban Ki-moon endorsing the document. But somehow, some ambassadors didn't convince our population, say, Bakassi, if they not hand the Green Tree Agreement, we actually hand Cameroon Bakassi authority for rule over Bakassi and demarcate the border right from Lake Chad up to Bakassi Peninsula. It talks say then give that land back for Cameroon because the Anglo-German treaty where the English people they be sign them with the German people them if we hand Bakassi for German. So that document it means say that land it belongs now to that German Cameroon will be destroyed from southern Cameroon, and based on that land it be under the sovereignty of Cameroon. Somehow while elites they don't talk say that green treatment it actually mean that say mean that they don't hand that land for Ambazonia. All these things are not true. This one, mean that say someone they support La Republic or support Ambazonia. But the advantage where Cameroon don't take and for win say we don't talk things away it no be true. And each time we talk those things away no be true, we'd even put up international document. It show now how far our leader they don't become for the reality. The international community they need to regard anything will be outlaw. When we the one make petition, we need to be honest with ourselves. Yesterday I ran see this our gear for Facebook page. Now a very popular Ambazonian way it come up. The recorder girl na Livni, he did for America. Na girl be dance for Douala, now it work for America like nurse. He to join now this 260 town crier and all these things. This is our Anglophone the way they run the carry La Republic flag. Now a very big indication when you look cultural orientation. When it comes for culture, Cameroon football team, Francis Ngannou, all these things where they carry promote their flag and these 237 trendy things them. It show place where the heart of the population they go. You see more of our people that will lose the cultural war and basically the identity war. And we need to come back for the basis them for make justice and for get proper negotiation. If we still insist for talk things that will not be true for our population, it only give na advantage for Cameroon. I don't know how I go fit talk for una. We need to be honest. Our territory is not independent. We are part of Cameroon. The international community recognizes the sovereignty of our territory as being of Cameroon. The former British Southern Cameroon and the former French Cameroon do not exist legally. In the new country that we have, Cameroon, the central government, which represents the evolution of power from the French Cameroon, have taken hostage of that country. We must know the truth. Our status is West Cameroon right now. If we are not honest, we will spoil a lot of things. I don't know how I will explain it to you, including our speech in the public. Some of our own elite actually believe our own propaganda. We must know the difference. We know if they take court case where they don't give Bakassi for Cameroon, talk say then talk na semi Cameroon come off for day. We feel the talk that one for our own public and we feel the talk and for some level way it show say would the just ginger people that made them fight war. But when we start talking for official document them, put them as official statement, especially now going forth, in any help we need to understand our reality. We done lost international support from last year. We mean say practically we done lost this war because now only two ways they for win war for independence. Military liberation war will be no already say we no fit win them. We know so if we fight that military own, use Connie for diplomacy, make it get with the international recognition and support for get justice where you could give you that independence or self-determination. We don't go for Switzerland, for Spain. We'll be nearly come back empty hand because then tell we say if you only support na self-determination and not support recognition because then Cameroon were part for Cameroon, were country if they already joined Cameroon. We need to understand our reality. If you don't know the truth, somebody telling the truth, it doesn't mean that the person supports the enemy. Because we don't lose the right for demand our right because we stand on the wrong ground. Even be more important for talk the truth now because now the radicalism now it push the struggle into extremism where it is the fighting it kill the struggle. Majority of our people they now be attacked by our own people. They will not be just thing for talk. The attack where it happened yesterday for Bamenda where ADF shoot motor for Brazarisi enter broke house them. How many Ambazonians they don't talk about that one? How many of them when they fight for the struggle they don't talk about that? It be inconvenient. A traffic accident, it be traumatic alone. Let alone the one way motor a janja motor them for road go enter house them because na boy they don't shoot them. Do you know the trauma it have for our people? Yet anybody who care for them, they will stay quiet. Ayabacho who is doing all these things will still come and try to push our people. This is what you should know. Evil and darkness can never, ever overcome darkness. I will tell you something. I don't come and speak against Ayabacho because I love to do that. I just have to do that because of what he's doing. This is what you should know he's doing. The people he killed yesterday, 4 people have died. The road of Bangui, that road is still blocked. As much as we are confident in this devolution program, I can assure you that Ambazonians are doing everything to undermine it and they don't even know our real state of the liberation. I want to play a reaction from one of our chat group from one of our boys from Batibo who is in the diaspora. He was a journalist back home. He has been very vocal as an activist in this struggle, and listen to him very carefully and you know the real state of our liberation struggle.
Capo Daniel, honestly speaking, to the best of my knowledge and ability, I truly believe in what you're saying. There are a lot of political blunders that the ADF is now vandalistically bringing in the revolution that was not like that before. I still believe strongly in your government when you were still spokesperson for the for the ADF. There was that a forum to complain. There was the space for people to talk and discuss with you before executing plans that the ADF had before. That's why in those early days we weren't hearing things like execution of people, brutal killing, vandalism by the fighters and things of that nature, because a lot of them, when they start on ground zero, I will personally call you and discuss them with you. I remember those days, early days of Commando. Yes, when Commando wanted to go Gaga too, I made audios about Commando. Commando came back and spoke to the people. That is how the revolution was. Not now that fools have asserted positions in the revolution, and the brutality is today the face of our revolution. I believe so much when you say all these things because I was there when you fought for civilians, when you defended civilians, when you fought against barbarism, when you stopped some atrocious acts from taking place on ground zero. I remember all these things. So when you are talking on the forum, man, Ajelagis, you know, let's forget about what I hear or the audios or the videos that are coming in that Capo Daniel is doing this. We know he worked tirelessly for the ADF to maintain his stance. Today, the ADF is considered the worst pressure group or the worst group defending ground zero due to brutality. Why is it being like that? How can a leader of a self-acclaimed defense team order a market to be shut down because somebody did what? I still find it so difficult to see where the fund of Guzang has gone wrong to receive threats from Ayabacho Lucas. When I defend fear the Lucas, all these Lucas, when I fear all this time, I don't feel same when I make team because I have document I can travel to any country. When I make fight for me, I ever Lucas. I want fight. I ever Lucas. How we Francis Ngannou and Joshua the fight. I want fight Lucas because he don't spoil this revolution. People are now confused, saying this is going this way, this is going this way. I'm not in support of any leader. I know Sako is not good. I personally composed a song and to discredit and to disqualify Sako. Sako is not good. Chris Ano is not good. But trust me, Lucas is a nightmare in this revolution. Now the worst person in this revolution. And you followers too. I don't know the kind of charm where this Lucas they use them because he charm shows is strong. Oh. You followers they just behave like Ngombe. They know the reason them at all. You want to talk for man Ajela go just jump for that say Lucas na Jesus of Nazareth of AGF. You want to talk for that short one Wale and Co. Go just jump for that say Lucas is even they want them for frankly official against sense. They still did the same. And see AGF na war group, ugly group. When I remember that one say Cho Lucas carry that face like who they use and divide fight. Stop Guzang market. Where Guzang people don't get nothing for do the revolution. After killing Guzang Pikinim for Carrefour, you still go stop their market. So they trading palace. You who, Lucas? You don't stop Mancon. Lucas already stop Mancon market so that they can't stop Guzang market. The madman. Lucas, I did just pray for meet up you for street. Fair commoting to mat for your mob. For make you know. Say some people brutal pass you. Brutal fool. This is the situation we found ourselves into. I mean, a nightmare to Ambazonians. A revolution that ought to be daybreak to Ambazonia. To Ambazonia is now a nightmare to Ambazonians. Ambazonians are afraid of Ambazonians. We are more afraid of ourselves than even the enemy. Who is fooling who in this revolution? Who is actually fooling who? I mean, our grandparents, the four founders of this revolution, my father inclusive, inquire amongst the 12 disciples of Southern Cameroons is Mr. Mundam, Henry G.K. Mundam, Pan Dangam. Those are my fathers, the forefathers of this revolution. It was a peaceful environment for Ambazonians in Ambazonia, but today, La République is more protective to our citizens than our people. Our people are more afraid of our children than the enemy. They feel more comfortable around the army of La République than of our fighters. Who is fooling who in this revolution? Look at us being threatened everywhere by fools on ground zero because they are holding guns. We need to understand one thing. One thing for sure that I know is that I am scared of all Ambazonians because we all have the same blood. Don't think because you are holding gun you can threaten any Ambazonian and go scot-free. Before holding guns, the military were holding guns. We weren't afraid of them. It's because fools, especially like the fools, the age of fools that I see around here, majority of them have given that voice for you to tabula ras on ground zero. We are not scared of our children. We are not scared of you guys on ground zero. So you can threaten or you can receive instructions from people in the diaspora and do that. I want to tell you first, the people on ground zero, the fighters on ground zero, those of us who have been termed blacklegs, enemies now, are people who fought for you. And our voices was heard. Our voices were heard on the media. It's not like this nonsense you come and see fools talking. Lucas Asu, who cannot even talk, who doesn't even talk. He talks like a toddler who is learning words. You come to the media and tabula ras with professionals, people who left.
So in that forum, just to put perspective, this one other Ambazonians, when a hardliner, an extremist, he call another Ambazonian, say even a black leg simply because he get different opinion. And the problem that would get them, the mislabeling of people without any evidence. People who have different opinions are considered as such and tagged as such to be killed and murdered for no reason. Our people have been slaughtered. We have seen the evidence in Ground Zero. This is not a joke. We have been pushing this struggle to fight for our people. There are things that we have said to ginger the population, ginger the soldiers. But when you come and see that those things that we were saying just for gingering, some people actually take it for reality. Even when it is time for us to do the right thing for the population, then that is a big concern. So there are a lot of things that are going on the back scene. But one thing I can assure Ambazonian is that our people are wicked to ourselves. They are wicked to ourselves. Sometimes is it out of ignorance? Nobody cannot know. But in whatever has happened, we must make sure that we do the right thing and we will lead the population in the right path for the blood of those who have gone ahead of us. We will prevail. That one I assure you people, and you will know what is happening. God bless you all.